Okay, good morning all. Uh, Today we are going to discuss the program called as Teapot in Computer Graphics Lab. Okay, so the program states that to draw a simple shaded scene consisting of a teapot on a table, okay, define suitably the position and the properties of the light source along with the properties of surface of a solid object used in the scene. So this is a question actually. We need to design a teapot with a proper light source. Okay. So as you people know, you need to draw the object called as teapot. And you people know computer graphics is going to have some primitives which are predefined. And we have to use such primitives in order to draw. But in this program, before showing the code, let me show you the output because I need to design my output in such a way that I should get the teapot. Okay, so let me show you the output. Okay, I hope you people can see here. Okay, be on hold. Let me show you the output. Okay, I think now you people can see here. I have shared the screen. So what I need to do is the question is very clear with the proper light. Okay, with the proper light facility, I need to design a teapot. So consider there are some things to be considered here. This is a three pot and it's having a inbuilt library function of GLUT, which I am going to use and develop a teapot. Developing teapot is not a big issue here. Rather than I need to develop three walls. I need to design for three walls. If I take this one only wall 1, wall 2 and wall 3. And how many legs for a table? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 legs and one top of the table. So totally you people can see there are 8 objects irrespective of the teapot. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is one wall 1, second wall 2 and the bottom wall ground 3 and the top of the table is 4. With the table is going to have 4 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. So totally I need to design 4 objects. Okay, and I need to place a teapot in certain position on the table. So this is what I need to do in this lab program. Did you understand? And it clearly mentioned us with the proper light properties I need to apply in order to display. Right guys? So let me close this screen and come to my program. Okay, fine. The screen sharing has been stopped. So let us go to our program. So this is the program which I need to explain today and it is very simple program. If you get this program, I can say that you people can clearly execute it in your lab exams. Okay, very simple program and I'm going to give you the best information with respect to this program which is going to help you to understand. Okay, the first and foremost thing, as you people know, I'm going to declare the library files stdio.h and gl/glut.h. And as you people know, always the program starts from the main of the program. I'm going to declare certain new things which you people have not used in your previous programs. Like the first and foremost thing is float ambient. You know, this is a different kinds of properties of the light like specular, ambient, diffuse. There are a lot of properties like that which you have studied in theory. But let me concentrate on the ambient property. What it is going to do, it is the most basic property of the light. Okay, what it will do is it gives us a uniform sort of color to an object, uniform sort of color. And there are some properties. What are those properties? RGBA. Okay, so what do people know? A is nothing but ambient. Okay, so and you know what is the meaning of RGB? Basically whenever we write a program, okay, so here we have changed the values of RGB according to our requirements. Okay, you people can see we are getting an output with a texture of green and blue. Okay, so but whatever, whenever you are initializing the ambient, the general ambient property will be general. Okay, basic 0 0 0 0 1. Only ambient is true, rest all the colors are false. Okay, this is a basic initial value, but here we have changed the values of the ambient property. You know what is the meaning of ambient? Okay, the ambient is very clear. It's the most basic and it gives a uniform sort of colors to the object. And what are the properties here? RGBA. Okay, so the second property is called as light post. What is this property says again? Guys, the property is very clear that you cannot able to capture the object without a proper lighting. Are you understanding? So this is a very famous thing you people know. I cannot, you people are sitting in a home and doing a video call and your friend says your image is not proper. Why it is not proper? Because you are not sitting in a proper position where the light is going to fall and reflect so that you can visible. In the same fashion, here light post. Again, okay, light post. What is the work of the light post? Again, the light post is a kind of a property which is going to tell the position of the light. Okay, so why we need to differentiate, why need to call for this property is because, okay, so we cannot capture any light in the dark. So we need to place the light in a proper position to capture, and these are the parameters to keep this light in a position to capture. Okay, nothing more. Okay, so you people can vary these positions and see how the light effects in the background is going to come to the window, which we have developed three walls and one top of the table and three legs, which is going to vary with the light properties. Okay, so coming back, we have not defined the window position. You know, if I define a window position 0 comma 0, it is going to start from here. Okay, not like a graph in the from the here, and it is going to move the position of the window from here to here. Okay, but I'm just declaring the size of the window, which is nothing but width comma height. That is 700 is 700. 700 is the width, 700 is the height. And when I go to let create window and I am declaring my name of the window as a scene, or even you can say teapot. It is left to you, teapot. Okay, so don't use default function. Let be using scene only. Okay, sometimes default function may create problem or may not. Why to worry? And then display function. Display function is going to take me to the display. But before going to display function, let me explain GL enable. What is the work of GL enable? You see, now already the program comes here to display function and it jumps here. But before jumping, I'm explaining two more properties in the main function, that is GL enable and GL material FV. Okay, so GL enable, what it will do, it is going to enable the current lightning parameters to compute the vertex color. See, I have given some lightning parameters, ambient and light post. I need to enable before using it. So it enables the use of the current lighting parameters to compute the vertex color. Okay, and similarly, this is how I'm going to enable the GL lightning and GL light. Okay, then I come for material. What is the purpose of this using a material? It assigns the value to the material parameters, like the parameter says it should be front faced and the ambient. It enables, it assigns the values to the material parameters. Similarly, what is the work of GL light FV? Again, it is a function, okay, which sets the value or values of the individual light source parameter. Like how I have enabled the material parameter, that should be front side, it should be ambient. In the same matter, in the same manner, I should enable the light parameter. Okay, so GL light FV indicates the light parameter. And what is the work of GL underscore depth underscore text? Why should enable? Why should I enable it? Okay, because it is going to do the comparison with the depth and update the depth buffer. Okay, because I'm going to do the flush of the buffer, okay, which I need to build in the backend. Then what is going to enable, whenever I do GL enable GL underscore depth underscore test, it is going to do the comparison with the depth and it is going to update the depth buffer. That is the work of the GL underscore depth underscore test. So these are some of the new functions which you have not used in your previous programs. So I'm stressing more towards it. This is going to enable the material properties. This is going to enable the light properties. This is going to enable the depth buffer. And as you know, rest of the things, ambient, what is the work of the ambient and what is the work of the light position. So when I come to the display function, it is going to jump to the display function. Okay, so you people can see in display function, I am using the viewport. You know what is the meaning of viewport? That is the angle in which a viewer is going to visualize the output, and it is the general format is 0 comma 0 comma width comma height. Okay, I am given the same position as window so that I can see the object. And GL color, and since I'm using the buffer, I need to clear the color buffer. And the first and foremost thing what I'm calling is one more function called as obj. What is this function obj? Obj is a, this is a calling function, this is a called function. See, people believe in obj there are 6 parameters. The main thing comes here, there are 6 parameters. 3 parameters you people can count, 1 2 3 4 5 6. It is nothing but tx, ty, tz. What is this tx, ty, tz? Says tx translation x, ty translation y, tz translation z. In axis it is telling tx translation in x axis, ty translation in y axis, tz translation in z axis. Now you people can count how many objects I am creating. This is the main logic part here. You people can count how many objects I am creating. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Is it meaningful? Yes, it is a meaningful. Why? Let me show you with screen share. Where is my output? Okay, I don't have any output. Let me run the program. Okay, why I am creating 8 objects? You people can see here. Let me share my screen. Okay, let me share my screen. Where is my output? Okay, see. People can see here. Okay, people can see here. Why I am creating 8 objects? You people know there are 8 objects here. Object 1, object 2, object 3. Object 4, object 5, object 6, object 7, and the top of the table is the 8 object leaving the teapot. So there are 8 objects. So I am creating the 8 objects. Okay. So come back to the program. Okay. Okay. Nothing to worry. Where is my code? Yeah. Where is my code? Yeah. Okay, this is my code. So coming back, you understand why I am creating 8 objects. Okay, in this 8 object, it is going to pass a parameter of 6. Which are the 6 parameter? Tx, ty, tz. They are the translation parameters. Sx, x, sy, and sz. They are the scaling parameters. So what is the work of translation? Moving objects from one position to another position. This is the work of the translation. Moving an object from one position to another position is the work of the translation. And what is the work of the scaling? The scaling is nothing but it is going to alter the size of the object. That is the work of the scaling. So every object consists of 6 parameters, where 3 parameters consist of for the translation, and the 3 parameters is going to tell me about the scaling property of every object. So whenever I call a object is going to run 8 times. Do you guys understanding? 8 times. Why it need to create 8 objects? Okay, so you people know tx, ty, they are the translation properties. Okay, sx, xy, sz, they are the scaling properties. And glut solid cube, it is used in order to create a solid image. Okay, so there are 2 types of teapot. You people can see for this teapot, I'm calling a solid cube for creating a solid images. There are 2 kinds of the teapots. You should keep it in mind. Very very important. A viva question. If you are getting a teapot lab program, the most viva questions is which are the 2 kinds of the teapots. One is called as glut solid teapot, which is going to show me the solid teapot on the output. Similarly, there is called as glut wire teapot. Instead of solid, we are going to use wire here. Wire teapot. W is cap. Wire teapot. So what is the work of the wire teapot? It is going to show me a transparent teapot instead of solid teapot. So but it is left to you, because in the question they have just mentioned a teapot. They have not mentioned whether to create a solid teapot or to create a wired teapot. So it is you who can do it. Okay, and inside this there is a size 0.09. You increase the size and see the teapot is going to grow. You can increase the size and see the teapot is going to grow. So now 8 objects I have created. Object 1, one wall. I can consider this as a 3 walls. This has the 4 legs, and this is the top of the table. Okay, so why should I write sir 0 comma 0, 0.5, and 1 and 1 1 0.04? Why I should write sir? That's a very very important question. So these values whatever we have got, it is got based on the trial and error. We keep on changing the values. unless and until we get a proper image in the background. Okay, you people also change any one of the value and you can see the difference into the background. Are you guys understanding? So this is how I created the 8 object. There are the 8 objects are nothing but 3 walls, 4 legs, and one top of the table. And then I need to rotate the object. Okay, object is here in the sense I need to rotate the teapot in a proper manner. Okay, so what is the work of the GL rotate? What is the work of the GL rotate? What it is going to do? It's very clear that GL rotate is going to rotate any object in 2 directions. If the value inside the rotation is positive, then it is going to rotate in clockwise. See, positive value means it is going to rotate in clockwise. And if it is in negative value, it is going to rotate in anti-clockwise. Sir, why 3 rotate we have put here? This is rotation based on x-axis. This rotated is based on y-axis, and this rotated is based on the z-axis. Since teapot is a 3D image, we are using all the 3 axes. So it's very clear, if we are having only positive value, it is going to rotate in clockwise. If we are having negative values too, then it is going to rotate in anti-clockwise. These are the 2 options of the rotation, which is going to rotate the object through different axes. The first axis is x-axis, the second y, and the third one is z. Okay guys, so anything we left, we studied about translation, we studied about scaling, we studied about solid cube, and we have created 8 objects with the proper values. This is very, very important, with the proper values. If your values are not proper, you cannot see. Let me show the output. Okay, I have closed the output. Okay, fine. Let me close the output and again show you. If your values is not correct, what will be the problem? Okay, so be on hold. Okay. 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 Yeah. See guys, if your values are not correct, what is going to happen is, the thing going to happen is, you cannot join this 2 walls or this wall with these 2 walls, or your leg will come here somewhere, which is not going to be a proper way, or your leg will go on to the top, right? Or the table is on the top, like the cartoon of Genie, where a teapot is not on the table, it is flying into the air. So that is very, very important. You should follow the same values. Okay, I think I have passed. Okay, just give me 2 minutes. Let me show the output. Okay, it is, I think now you people can see what I was telling is, yes, if you are not using the proper scaling and transformed values, 3 scaling and 3 transform values, what would have happened? That's a question, right? Why you have used the same values? They are the trial and error values which you have tried and finally landed here. Okay, so if you are not going to use the same values, what is going to happen is, there may be a difference between these 2 walls, means there is a gap between the walls. One wall is somewhere here, one wall is somewhere here, and one wall is somewhere here, if you doesn't use the proper values. And then what happens, the table leg is somewhere on the top of the table, and the teapot is somewhere in the air, like I told you, like a genie magic, where the teapot is flying into the air. This all the things may happen if you are not going to use the proper value for the teapot. Okay guys, so that was I would like to tell you. So these are the trial and error values which we have used, tried and finally landed with the proper values. So this is all about a simple program that is nothing but called as teapot. So now finally what happens, the values jumps from calling function to called function. They are going to create the six objects. They are going to load the identity matrix. They are going to call for solid cube. So whenever it comes for GLUT solid teapot, I told you there are 2 kinds of the teapot. So one is solid and one more is wire. Okay, one more is wire. So in the exam, you can, your wish, you can execute either the solid teapot or the wire teapot. It is left to you. Why? Because they have not used which teapot to use. Okay, so this is how the things goes with respect to this program. Now let me share the screen and show you the output. What is the meaning of wired teapot? Wired teapot. See, there is a difference between solid teapot and the wired teapot. Now what happened? The wired teapot is not fully solid, it is transparent. Are you guys understanding? And 0.09 is the size of the teapot. You can increase the size of the teapot. Okay, this is a wired teapot. Whichever you have used in the previous, seen in the previous, it's a solid teapot. So in the exam, it is left to you guys, because you can do your own, either a wired teapot or a solid teapot. But the teapot should be there with the proper background of 3 walls, 4 legs, and one top of the table. So this is all about your a teapot. Okay, it's an inbuilt function that the compiler has know the meaning of this wire teapot and solid teapot. Just you need to call this glut function. Okay, just you need to call this glut function, and your output is displayed. So finally, I think I have explained all the concepts of the whole teapot program. Okay, I have not missed anything. So let me show you by running the last output of the solid teapot. Okay, so this is how the output you should be looking. Usually when we go for exams, we see the students has missed with the values of background, of scaling and translation, and finally they land in a position where some wall is coming here, some wall is coming here, some wall is coming here, totally distort, and table teapot is coming on the bottom of the table, or the leg of the table is going on the top of the table. This all the things happens. Why? Because they are not using the proper values for scaling and transformation. Okay, so you should properly plot the values and use it, or else you should just try to accept the values which we have tried. Okay, so totally 8 objects and one teapot you have to develop like this and place with the proper lighting functions. See, if I'm going to change my ambient property, I'm going to get a different color here. So this is little dark and this is light. So I have positioned the light in a position where I can see this 3 walls in a dark position, and this wall in a 3 walls in a light position, and this wall in a dark position. So this is how the things goes. I think I have explained all the concept with respect to teapot. Kindly go through it. Any doubts, any doubt you are having, please don't feel how to ask like that. Kindly contact me personally wherever you want, and try to get the output, and you people read well. This is a very simple program. Out of all the programs, I can say that is nothing but creating a teapot, because only one function, glut solid teapot, will create the teapot. And next is you need to create 8 objects with a proper ambient and light positions. Okay guys, and you should enable the light position, you should enable the material position, you should enable the light position material, like GL light FV, GL material FV, GL enable lighting. Finish, nothing more. Okay, so with this I'm going to conclude my today's class of teapot program. So any doubts, please, I'm telling you guys, feel free to ask me. Okay, so with this let me stop. Okay, thank you, one and all. Okay.